title and anxious to attain their unbeaten record. Alex Stewart puts South Africa into bat. The South African team is unchanged from that which beat Zimbabwe. Relief that Peter Kirsten is fit, as he scored over 300 runs in the competition so far. The strongest lineup possible for the Springboks, but for England, Graham Gooch has a slightly torn hamstring. Alex Stewart takes over as captain. Alan Lamb has still not recovered from his hamstring injury, and Richard Illingworth replaces Phil Tufnell. We join the game in the fifth over. South Africa 10 for no wicket. It's Derek Pringle to Andrew Hudson.
Oh, good shot. Magnificent shot. Into the fence it goes. Into the gap. He loves them there. And appropriately, he's smashed the first loose deliveries received in that area to the boundary for 4.
Twelve overs gone, none for 39. Philip de Freitas walking off. It looks like he's been struggling in word go. He appears to have a bandage on his right thigh, so maybe he has some problems with the right thigh, but he has been limping. A pressure bandage there on the front of his right thigh. Hasn't really been able to stretch out, so England having their problems with injury and leg injuries at that. Hamstring strains to Lamb and Gooch, and now some other problems for Philip de Freitas. Hasn't been too many loose deliveries so far, but Ian Botham struggling to get to the wicket at the moment, perhaps just a little bit stiff and sore. The South African flags are flying. Roth looking to find a bit of loose.
Gladstone Small here is one of England's young bowlers that will be bowling here. England a lot of all-rounders.
There's not enough fielders outside the circle to bowl that line and length. And Hudson will be relieved. And that's the 50 partnership for South Africa. The Vessels and Andrew Hudson have done it in 90 balls.
That's a lovely shot. Hudson said the other day, after he won the Man of the Match award in Brisbane, that he liked batting in Australia, and you really do get the feeling that he's coming to grips with these pitches and starting to play better and better as the competition goes on. Shot there from a couple of Vessels. So runs starting to come fairly freely now for South Africa. And as Simon mentioned, importantly, they haven't lost any wickets, or poles as they call them in South Africa. It's far too short.
Definitely too short, and kept the Vessels just showing that South Africans are very capable. Square of the wicket. 4 runs from the time he hit it.
Philip Freitas back on the field now, having had his spell of treatment in the dressing room. He'll be available to bowl again later. And that's 50 for Andrew Hudson, confidently clipped through mid-wicket. He's played very well this afternoon, played some good shots there.
Here's Dermot Reeves' World Cup And his economy rate there of 50.9 for 100 balls is extremely good. That particularly, he's not opening the bowling for England, and so he's coming in a position where he's going to be attacked.
Well, he's been attacked there by Kepler Wessels. He's timed this well. And he's going to run down to the long-on boundary past Richard Illingworth. The first boundary in 10 overs for South Africa. And also Kepler Wessels 50. A very steady 50 here today. Very good job for his side, leading from the front. Got to be quick. Brilliant fielding from Neil Fairbrother. He's very, very quick in from cover there. Already been the perpetrator of several run-outs for England in this competition. Not happy on this occasion.
Yes, I think the umpire couldn't see because Ian Botham was actually in the way. Beefy's not the smallest of... There you have him standing right over the crease.
It's a loop ball. That's the slow ball, and it's been pulverised before. It's found the gap very well, Andrew Hudson. And Dermot Reeve is not a happy man. He went over in the footholes as he delivered that ball. And he's actually had a little bit of a problem at the top of that right leg through the toe, which he's been nursing. And this will not be good news for Dermot Reeve. England, of course, at the moment already nursing several injuries in the camp. Graham Gooch and Alan Lamb nursing hamstrings in the dressing room today. Reeve here threatening to add to their woes. Very uncomfortable. So he's out of the game for now. Well, a big appeal by Alex Stewart, and he can't believe it's been turned down. Andrew Hudson's had all sorts of trouble with off-spin bowlers in this competition. It nearly looked there as though another 2 balls would have been enough. Alex Stewart can't believe what's happened. South Africa, none for 135.
Yeah, that is again. Hudson had got out twice before to off-spinners. Stewart, England captain for this game, very confident.
Beautifully placed. Placement has been a feature of Wessel's batting and also his selection of the ball to hit.
.23 run rate. It's in the air. That's quite an easy caught and bowled there for Graham Hick. Andrew Hudson continues his difficulties against the off-spin bowling. Patel, Taylor, and now Graham Hick have claimed his wicket throughout the series.
There'll be captains around this World Cup scene and in other parts of the world make the mental note of this for Andrew Hudson, that he has awful trouble with spin but very little trouble with pace. Graham Hick claims the first wicket, breaks the opening stand. One for 151 in 36.
Not the oldest player in the competition, but at 36, one of the senior players, very experienced, and has been very successful for South Africa so far. Kirsten yet to score. He's had some injury problems as well. Missed one game. He's immediately into battle. He's cleared the boundary at mid-off, and that's 6 runs. And it's a fairly comfortable way to get off the mark. That puts him back on the top of the leading run scorer chart in the series. Shows a little bit of his confidence and his form. Vessels has played quite an adventurous shot. That's the straight pull.
Looks to me as though South Africa might set a target round about 240. It'll be a good contest because although there are some injuries around the England side, they're still a powerful batting lineup.
It's in the air. There's a fieldsman back out there. No trouble. Robin Smith, the fielder there, just behind square leg on the boundary. Peter Kirsten came in and immediately tried to lift the run rate. He hit a straight 6 from Richard Illingworth's last over. Tried to pick the Freitas up on the leg side this time. Has managed to find Robin Smith.
2 for 170 in 39.
Jonty Rhodes is the new batsman.
Unbelievable.
Another lovely bit of outfielding by Phil Tufnell.
Well, this is going to be out. Straight to Smith. He won't drop it. And to his credit, Vessels going for the big one there, realising that he had to keep going, try to smash that one rather than just chip it. It's a long, long boundary down there. No one knows that better than Simon O'Donnell.
No, it's a very long way and very difficult unless you hit about a 3-iron to get it anywhere near the fence there, and the Vessels hit that quite well. As you can see, there's plenty of room between Robin Smith and the fence. Takes an easy catch. Right stomach height, Graham Hick. It's become a very good foil here at the moment. Picked up another wicket. Put a bit of pressure back on South Africa as Kepler Wessels leaves for an excellent 85 off 126 deliveries and leaves South Africa 3 for 201 in the 46th over. Adrian Caper, 32 years of age, his 10th one-day international match.
Ball right up in the block hole. There was nothing much you could do about that. And this is good running. Yes, he's come back. Oh, he had to go. You can't fiddle around. At this stage of the match, Adrian Caper had to go there. He may not have made it. But I think little Jonty Rhodes had the right idea. They've got wickets in hand, and they've got to take chances. Unfortunately, he's been run out.
Just a touch of inexperience there from Jonty Rhodes. Definitely not a second run for mine. And Caper hitting that very well down to Illingworth at mid-off. Complete confusion there, and neither batsman having a chance. Alex Stewart taking the bails. Jonty Rhodes departs. And a big smile on Adrian Caper's face. Jonty Rhodes goes for 18. South Africa now 4 for 205.
Hansie Cronje is the new batsman.
Adrian Caper on strike. Some room, it doesn't. Yes, he does beat him. Backward point. That's the boundary they needed. Thick outside edge.
No third man with both long on and long off back. Caper's given himself room. And he's beaten the third man within the circle. He's beaten the point, and it's run away for 4 runs.
First boundary off the bat, 10 overs, so England have defended very well here on this big MCG. He doesn't beat Hick, so that's a good effort by Hick, the final delivery. Fires it back to Alex Stewart, who did well with the gloves. But a very good performance by South Africa after being sent in by Alex Stewart. Even though England defended well, that's a good total.
A marvellous start from Kepler Wessels and Andrew Hudson to set up that 236. But although a good score to defend, South Africa will be disappointed not to have scored more runs after that first wicket partnership of 150. For England, one of the poorer bowling performances that probably reflect the growing injury problems to Reeve, Lewis and De Freitas. Without Graham Gooch, England opened with Alex Stewart and Ian Botham. And we join their reply at 19 for no wicket. And it's Alex Stewart facing the bowling of Alan Donald.
Safe past the second slip and 4 runs. Alex Stewart will be telling himself on the way back that no one will remember how that ball was scored. That's a super shot. It's beaten the man at third man by a good 35, 40 metres. Just a super shot. Some good touch, tell you. Alex Stewart. 2 wonderful strokes in that over. It's none for 32, needing 237 to win.
I think just troubled by the extra pace of Donald, but keeping him out, jumping on occasions, getting onto the back foot. That's a great shot.
Beautiful shot by Botham. Not a very good delivery, mind you. It was up and on leg stump. You can think of a few players that may have smashed that to the boundary. Botham looking relatively cautious. I won't say that I've ever seen him with a huge pad like that covering that area around about the rib cage. And
he's 36 years of age now in both, and he's prepared to go in first when the pace is about. He's not shirking the issue, so why not have a bit of padding? Certainly giving it all for England, and having a very good World Cup. In the gap, Stewart on fire. Beautifully played. It was in the air, slowing down, didn't quite get it. 3 more to Stewart, and Stewart leading from the front. Good captain's knock. Good shot. That brings up 50 for England. Well played, Alex Stewart.
yes, this has been a superb innings by Stewart. 64 balls. And by any standards, that's tremendous.
So England just taking the initiative. It's early days yet. It's a big target, 237 at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, but an excellent start. That's a great shot. That's the class all round at his best.
Well, he's given that a bit of beef, that's for sure.
And it's a great start.
Certainly is. But no wicket for 59 at the moment. Stewart on 40. Both of them on 18.
Rain now lashed down for over half an hour, and when play resumed, England found themselves victim of the absurd rain-affected match rules. 1 over is deducted for every 4.5 minutes of play lost, so 9 overs are deducted from the England innings. The next stage of the equation is to take those overs in the South African innings, where the least number of runs have been scored, which proved to be only 11 runs. Therefore, the target was amended from 237 runs off 50 overs to 226 runs off 41 overs. An indefensible set of rules.
And Ian Botham is on his way. That middle stump has been shattered again. It's a very happy Brian McMillan and South African supporters in the Castle Corner are very excited about it. So they should be, because that is one of the main danger men out of the way. Ian Botham, as he's tried to whip this one away on the leg side. And that is the death rattle. McMillan is a happy man. South Africa have put an even bigger dent into England's hopes than the weather did. 1 for 63. Robin Smith is the new batsman, 28 years of age. That's out, caught behind. It's a big, thick edge. Robin Smith, England well aware of the fact that they need to keep this run rate going. They had their momentum interrupted by the rain. The frustration of coming out and knowing that the overs have been reduced, but the target only slightly reduced, has put some pressure on the England batsmen.
Smith and Botham gone almost immediately. That was a very, very thick edge, and Richardson has taken the catch. South Africa on top here after a good start by England, and it's 2 for 63.
Graham Hick, the new batsman to join Alex Stewart.
I think one of the problems for England is going to be that the rain got on the surface of the pitch will have livened it up. As Greg Chappell pointed out, the bowler himself may have a little trouble. They've put sawdust on the surrounding areas, but there'll be just a little bit of extra life in the pitch. It was a superb batting pitch before, and he's gone. He's caught behind by Richardson. One bowled and two caught behind in a very short space of time here at the MCG.
Well, how things can change. The pressure really on England. The South African supporters are delighted. South African captain is really delighted. He raced up to his bowler and he's talking with Brian McMillan, the other bowler who took the 2 wickets. And this is how Richard Snell picked up Graham Hick. Caught behind, Richardson taking an easy catch. So England now struggling at 3 for 64. Neil Fairbrother is the new batsman for England, left-hander. Certainly found the gap. He's racing across the damp outfield. That's his 50. He faced 61 balls, and after a reasonably slow start, Alex Stewart made a very rapid bit of progress through the 20s, 30s and 40s. He came to a sudden halt with the rain. The England side well supported here this evening. They've enjoyed Alex Stewart's batting.
18 overs remaining now, 7 wickets in hand. They've been going along just over 4, but they need 7. 7 runs per over. That's a Grenier getting that one smashed straight down the ground.
And you see Neil Fairbrother. He's got a strike rate of 75.9, so he is very effective in these limited over games. He's got 100 and 350s. He's very dangerous.
Oh, he's hit that Miles into the stand. Well, one way or the other, it's 6. It was a rank full toss, and he was there waiting for it. There's a rope down there, so if it did just hit the top of the rail, it wouldn't have mattered. Oh boy, are they having some fun. They see things turning back towards England.
confusion. It's confusion. Jonty Rhodes at point. And that's a disaster for Alex Stewart. The ball went straight to Jonty Rhodes at point. Jonty Rhodes, we've seen all through the competition, one of the best fielders in this competition. And there was hesitation. Alex Stewart eventually decided to carry on with the run and didn't beat the throw-in. Taken by Pringle just by the crease at the far end. Hit the stumps and Alex Stewart has run out.
Well, that's the old yes, no, wait. Oops, I'm sorry. Jonty Rhodes again brilliant in the field. He's done some marvellous things for South Africa. He's worth his place in the side just for his fielding alone. Merrick Pringle makes sure of it. England's momentum has been slowed again. Alex Stewart, magnificent innings of 77. England 4 for 132.
Great shot from Neil Fairbrother. He came down the wicket, and that's timed so well. But it's beaten the man 90 metres away on the point boundary, and that's 4 runs.
Dermot Reeve hasn't had a lot of batting in the series, just 9 runs to his credit. 1 not out here. Went off injured today, bowling.
That's a good shot from Reeve. He's down the wicket. He's punched it very cleanly through the gap between mid-on and mid-wicket. He'll certainly get 3 for it. Adrian Caper comes round from long off and rolls the ball back to Richard Snell. But Reeve looking very positive there, as he has to do. England do not have time on their side. Good shot, good placement. Brings up 50 for Neil Fairbrother. It's been a super knock. Hit coming back. That's the difference. The fresh runner picked through it quickly. 50 of only 60 balls faced for Neil Fairbrother. Fine knock. That's in the air. It should be out. Milne's got a big pair of hands, and he takes a very good catch in the end. Judged it pretty well.
He's a slipper in the early overs, Brian McMillan, which usually means that he's got a pretty fair pair of hands. And big man had to turn and get around there, but eventually a good catch. Dermot Reeve just missed hitting that one. In fact, it was almost a spoon shot, that one. And that's a good catch by Brian McMillan. And so an important wicket for South Africa. They badly needed that one. Reeve on his way, and England are 5 for 166.
That's a good stroke. Good stroke. 4 will it go? Yes. Chris Lewis rising to the occasion here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Beautifully timed, wafted off drive. Good shot into the gaps. That'll go all the way. Chris Lewis in great touch. Superb placement. Nine plus 4 to final leg. It's always a danger. The man inside the circle. 13 runs off the over. 5 for 194. You can't have them everywhere, says the captain. So it races away for 4.
Vessels now needs to take some wickets. That's the only way he's going to win the game.
Lewis. Oh, fine shot. What a shot under pressure. Millen, right arm fast from the southern or outer end. Fairbrother hooks in the air. There's a man getting under it. It's going all the way. One bounce over the fence. What a shot. My word, he timed that beautifully. That's an 85-metre hit. The man was in 15 or 20 metres. It cleared him. 4 was the call. Bounced over. Lewis and Neil Fairbrother. Oh, there's a chance. Johnny Rhodes got him. Yes, Johnny Rhodes. There was no run there. Lewis was backing up. Sent back by Fairbrother. The throw was slow and steady. And Donald does the rest, so it's not over yet.
Well, just when they've done everything so well, Chris Lewis and Neil Fairbrother ended up in confusion. And it's that man, Johnny Rhodes, again at point. He's in, and he's always accurate with that throw. 33 and 22 balls, and England now 6 for 216.
Fairbrother, winning 9 runs off 11 balls. That's safe, and it's racing to the gap, could go all the way, it stops, it goes. What an innings by Fairbrother.
Neil Fairbrother delighting the many, many English fans who come to the MCG today. They're jumping up and down in their seats.
5 to get, 8 balls to remaining. Eric Pringle coming in. It's a full toss into the gap, at least 2. That'll give Pringle the strike, 6 for 223. Pringle on strike. Chips it, he's out! He's caught! What a catch! Tripped it over! Did he get through? Well, watch where the umpires call back Fairbrother. He ran, but did they cross? That's the question.
Neil Fairbrother would have done very well to cross there, I must admit. Derek Pringle's hit that very firmly. Straight at the man at short mid-wicket, who's just managed to jump up, knock the ball up and caught it on the rebound. England's 7th wicket down. The scores are level.
Wow. The crowd here, there's a buzz around this massive stadium. It's about a quarter full, 25,000, but the roar is magnificent. There they are, Fairbrother. He'll be the match winner if they win. And the Freitas has to put bat on ball, and they have to run at least a single. They'll probably run for anything because that'll get Fairbrother on strike. Here it goes, it's through. A victory for England, and a good one.
Well, this is a fabulous comeback for England. There's been so much talk about how fair or unfair the rule about the reduced overs and the targets been over this competition. England set a stiff task there by South Africa, but they've come through with flying colours, and they've delighted their many, many supporters here at the MCG.
A wonderful victory for England and a sparkling start from Alex Stewart. The match winner, though, was without doubt Neil Fairbrother for an unbeaten 75. Chris Lewis didn't bowl, but his 33 was vital. That win ensures England's presence in the semi-finals, while South Africa need to beat India in their final match